This one we can go through quick. Ex-Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis barred from practicing law for several years over Georgia election lies.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so this is mainly what I want to get into here is there's two things. Is that first, Trump has a whole lot of lawyers that used to be his lawyer that now aren't allowed to practice law. And they're not
Weird
like
how that
little
keeps happening.
names. They're big names, like Rudy Giuliani, who was someone that I heard of before I knew who Donald Trump was. Like, he could have retired and been America's mayor in the history books. But no, now he's that weird guy who destroyed his career for Donald Trump.
There's a lot of weird guys who destroyed their career for Donald Trump.
Jester, Lord of Fools, says, I dare you woo, to woo, hit to the button each applicable time. How many oo-woos could Suris oo-woo if a Suris could oo-woo the most oo-woo you? Okay, so I feel like
I'm going to be significantly closer to stabbing proximity to you.
I dare you
to
hit the button each applicable time. How many could a Suris Suris if a Su could the most edge? Did that satisfy you, Jester?
What are we even talking about?
We've lost Suris. I'll do the rest on my own. But hey, audience, while I have your attention, all by myself.
So I was thinking maybe you'd want to do a sex with me.
Audience, all of you, all at once.
Because I'm having sex with everybody!
Why?
Because they're hot.
No, not why you're having sex with
Oh.
everyone. The answer to that is you're a whore.
Jester Lord of Fools gave me $5. That's why. I will do anything for. I will do anything. I will do anything for $5 as long as the anything is something that humiliates Suris.
$5 is $5.
Jester Lord of Fools sent a little happy dog sticker.
Jesus Christ.
10pp says, I'm ace too, but my wife might want to watch. Okay. Van Briggs says, I'm down to watch an orgy, but I won't be partaking. We've been floating the idea of an OnlyFans channel for the two of us. So it's an OnlyFans, but everybody who's watching gets to join in. Oh, the logistics in that would be a nightmare.
So it's a literal only fans. Only the fans are on display.
Okay, so ex-Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis barred from practicing law for several years over Georgia election lies. So Trump burns through so many lawyers that when I heard Jenna Ellis, I was like, which one is she? Is she the Kraken? No, she wasn't the Kraken. That was Sidney Powell. Is she the one that was most recent with? No, that was Alina Habba. It was like, he just burns through lawyers. So it's like, oh yeah, Jenna Ellis is that one that I don't even remember what she was notable for, but I know the name. But yeah, so former Trump lawyer Jenna Ellis has had her law license suspended for 3 years in her home state of Colorado for the lies she spread as part of it, an effort to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. This is not like career ending for her because she practices mostly in Florida. But like, she does do the occasional thing in Colorado, so it does kind of suck for her.
I just want to know, after so many lawyers have already had this particular
She's the blonde one, that'll narrow it down.
Oh my God. After so many lawyers have already gone through this particular song and dance for Daddy Trump, I just have to wonder, why would any of them take anything for him ever again?
Yeah, especially considering he doesn't even pay them. Like, he's got a reputation for just not paying his lawyers. So, like what lawyer is going to take him on now?
Like, it can't be for the money, obviously, because half of them aren't getting any.
I mean, his fucking criminal lawyer in his criminal trial in New York right now used the excuse with his judge, it's my first day. So he's running so low on lawyers now that he's relying on people that have never been to trial before, never cross-examined a witness.
People that just managed the bar exam. That's it. Like
Yeah.
that's where they're at.
Yeah, so like people just don't want his case anymore. I know he's going to appeal this, and ineffective assistance of counsel is one of the things he's going to appeal it under, and I could actually kind of see that, and it would tickle me to see Trump not able to find a good lawyer and like have to rely on a public defender or something at some point.
Katini says you haven't seen the clip where Giuliani farted during a
I
deposition
have
to
seen that
Congress.
clip. I have seen that clip. Wasn't Eileen Cannon
Oh.
there with him? No, not
Oh
Eileen
my
Cannon.
God.
Sorry, somebody said Eileen Cannon in the chat. Jenna Ellis. Wasn't Jenna Ellis in the room with him at that point? I feel like she was. But I could
I
be
feel like
mistaking
if
her for
I-
one of the other
one of the other Trumpettes.
one of the
at
other
this point.
best people that he always hires.
I feel like if I was in that position, it would be like taking Gas X before ever going into any room ever for the rest of my life, just to make sure that the chance of that happening wasn't there.
Yeah. So a prosecutor in the case told the Georgia court that Ellis aided and abetted Trump lawyers when they basically told Georgia state senators that tens of thousands of votes in the state were illegal. While disbarment is the presumptive sanction for respondents' misconduct, it is significant that her criminal culpability was due to her conduct as an accessory, not as a principal. So she would have been disbarred, but because she was only an accessory, not a principal defendant, they're letting her off with a slap on the wrist of, you can't practice in our state for 3 years.
Slap on wrist.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a fairly big slap. It's a firm slap on the wrist, but it is still just a slap on the wrist.
It's also not the state she's primarily practicing in. So.
Yes, which is why it's a slap on the wrist. Because if it was the one she was primarily practicing in, then she'd have to could you think of a more friendly state for people like Jenna Ellis than Florida? Because that is where she mostly practices.
Texas.
Joe Walsh says 168 heads in chat, not even 40 likes. I appreciate the enthusiasm. And I'm really bad at begging people to like and subscribe to my stuff, so I appreciate it when other people do it.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Vice Rhino channel. Please like and subscribe, and if you enjoy the content, make sure to send it to your best friend and family member as well. We make lots of sex jokes, which is entirely appropriate for when your grandma tunes into the show.
Someone clip that so I can put that in my main videos. Do it.
Welcome to the Vice Rhino channel, where he's too lazy to clip his guests doing anything at all,
I mean,
despite
yeah,
him not having to do the work in the first place.
somewhere in my YouTube studio or Twitch studio or whatever, there's a button that I can press to like put a bookmark there so I can remember it later. But I'm damned if I know where that button is. I know it exists. I'm a professional, y'all. This is what I do for a living. Matt Powell video coming out on Friday. It's a fun one. Oh, fucking Matt Powell.
I haven't
He's-
talked about him in
So
a super long time.
So he says that his evidence for the flood is irrefutable. No evolutionist can refute these claims. And
Oh, perfect.
so it's half stuff that I've already refuted. So like most of my response to him is just go watch this other video. I've already dealt with that in great detail. And the other half of it is, this shit is so crazy, I can't even find other creationists saying it. So I don't even know what you're claiming here. So
Remember,
yeah, I guess
he's
you win. I
pterid-
can't refute it because it's just so crazy. I don't even know what you're saying.
Remember, he's gamers want to drink Mountain Dew and nothing else.
No, it was
guy,
Coke.
and
It was Coke.
It was Coke. Oh, okay. He's not even hip with gamer culture. Got it. And he's also the pterodactyls were in the Civil War
Yeah.
guy.
I have a montage of stupid things he said. It's the air in space, the pterodactyls in the Civil War, the T-Rex evolved its legs into chicken wings. The African American, if African Americans evolved from other Americans, how come there's still African Americans that are around today? That's an actual thing that he said. Oh my god, it's so great. I wish I had it queued up so that I could just press a button and play it right now. It's like it's like a minute and a half of just him saying the stupidest shit you've ever heard. And you know what? He's the person that, like, I will go the hardest on him because he is just such a piece of shit, and he has demonstrated that he's a piece of shit, that, like, I don't care that I am making fun of his intellectual capabilities. Like, normally I'd be so, like,
So I'm perfectly fine making fun of his intellectual capabilities because I've had him on my show.
have you? I don't. You're gonna have to send me the link. I don't remember
Science. During the time that me and a bunch of other content creators were making fun of science, falsely so called, I believe it was episode 3. Matt Powell came into my chat, and every single one of the people who was going over the movie with me went, yeah, bring him in. So Matt became one of the people on the panel critiquing his own movie, where we kept telling him how fucking stupid he was.
So he actually in my comments on one of my videos responding to him, he challenged me to, like, have a live discussion with him, and then he deleted that comment before I saw it. Like, somebody else sent me the screenshot of it. So I know he's aware of me. I know he watches my stuff. He has actually modified his arguments in response to things that I have said. So, like, I know he watches anytime I respond to him, but he's afraid to talk to me. He has never talked to me. Like, I know he's talked to John. Apparently he's talked to you. But he's afraid of me for some reason. So, yeah, fuck. Matt Powell. Like, somebody clip this too so I can send it directly to Matt Powell. But, like, Matt Powell, I will have you on my channel. We can have a live stream, you and me. I would love that. I would fucking love that. But also, I think he's afraid of me because I'm not afraid to make him feel like shit. Like, normally I would be nice to people. I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, for, like, one of my recent videos, the guy that I was responding to, he gave me vibes of, like, I think there's something going on mentally. Like, there's a mental, like he might be autistic. There's something going on there. And there were times when it was, like, affecting the points that he was making that I just overlooked because, like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna stoop to that level because I, like, whatever, that's not something he has control over. Let him be. Also, my partner is convinced that I am autistic, and I have at least one autistic child, possibly 2. So, like, I'm not gonna condemn someone for being autistic or whatever. But, like, with Matt Powell, he's just, like, there's such irrefutable evidence that he is just a piece of shit as a person that I don't care. If I make him feel bad, that makes me happy because he is someone who deserves to feel bad. Like, there are other people that's like, yeah, no, whatever. That's just a part of your personality quirk. I'm just going to let it slide. But, like, Matt Powell, like that cupcake thing that Ocean posted. Somebody reviewed the hat, so I have to do the hat.
Cupcake.
Yeah, the abusive cupcake thing is like, no, he emotionally manipulates his followers. He probably does the same thing to his family. Oh, you have a request for the Octo hat? Okay, fine. We'll do Octo hat instead of that one. I like the Octo hat. And I paid a lot of money for this thing because this was an Etsy thing.
I'm trying to see which
So, like, this was
episode.
a hand-knitted Etsy hat by someone, and I paid way too much money for it. So, yeah, if you request the Octo hat, you get the Octo hat.
God, was it in episode 3?
Dither says the fact that he's a dad still baffles me. Yeah, no, he still comes across as, like, an awkward teenager.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so I can't figure out exactly which point in which episode it was, but I remember him coming on at one point. So I've got a link to the playlist where and it was like episode 1 was, I think, me, Bionic Dance, Frustrated Atheist, and Shay. Episode 2 is like me and Aaron Raw and a few other people. But I don't remember which guest was on when he came into the chat. And that would help me because each episode had a different set of guests.
Oh, Monorail says, but he lives under Kent Hovind's roof. I think him and Kent Hovind
Not
had a
anymore.
falling out.
They had a falling out.
Yeah.
They're not. I made a video on that talking about it like it was a divorce.
Yeah, it seems like it. So anyway, back to the Jenna Ellis thing. So apparently she exhibited remorse. I doubt it. She faked remorse for the sake of getting a lesser sentence. So she did this at considerable personal cost, having received threatening emails, texts, and tweets, also of the obscene variety. How many of those have you caused? Forgive me for not feeling bad for that. And like, yeah, I'm not saying sending threatening emails, text, tweets, or obscene emails, texts, and tweets, that's not justified. Like, no, don't do shit like that. But like, I see how Ruby Freeman was treated, and how Trump is continuing to treat witnesses and jurors even. Like the gag order has a purpose. It's not just people being
It's not
mean
just there
to
for
Trump.
giggles.
No, it's not people being mean to Trump. It's people actually like, no, these are people who need protection from this rich and powerful man attacking them, because we've seen what happens when he attacks people. So, yeah, I'm sorry that you experienced just a portion of what your boss caused other people to experience. It sucks for you. But, like, maybe he should stop doing it too.
Be a good idea.
Yeah, it shows. She gratefully accepted suspension of her license under her role, and realizing after the fact that there were a lot of untruths being advanced on behalf of the former president. The evidence surrounding her plea reflects that she aided and abetted the false statements issued through her presence at the Georgia Senate subcommittee meeting, but did not otherwise contribute to the drafting or preparing of false statements. She also expressed remorse and recognition as the harm caused by her misconduct. So she has officially recognized that Trump was, like, engaging in election fraud, basically.
Good. That's
So,
a start.
yeah. I feel no sympathy for her. Sucks to be you. Now sleep in the bed that you made. And honestly, it should be worse. But at the same time, this is another thing that's on the record where it's like, yeah, no, I pled guilty to the thing that Trump is also guilty of, that, like, I was a co-conspirator. So clearly there's something there. Otherwise I wouldn't have pled guilty. It would have been innocent. So, And finally, we're gonna end on a positive note tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah, there was a study, and this is one of those things where it's like, did that even need a study? I'm glad that they did it, but like, it's kind of a well-duh sort of thing.
Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Nixie Chan, the Oberon team, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.